Round 2 coverage of Starcross Cup 4, thanks to Romeo. This match here is going to be the closest match from this round. Seed 16 versus Seed 17. Sage6 versus Hon3ynuts. We are on Faymonville approach. Sage6 going with US Forces, and his loadout is Rifle Company, Infantry Company, and Armour. He's actually going for a 3 re-echelon start, very interesting. Hon3ynuts going as Austere, and his loadout is Mechanized Assault, Mobile Defense, and Ostrupen. So a pretty standard opener here. No Ostrupen for Hon3ynuts. I'm going to see what we saw. Burmy attempt against Cruz. Re-echelons capping away, spreading out all over the map. Now Sage is switching to rifles. I know that Sage is, on some maps, does go with the early fuel cache on, if there's a vital cutoff, he'll usually put down a fuel cache, even as US Forces, who rely on their strong early game presence. But Faymonville doesn't really suffer from really just bad cutoff. I mean, I suppose there is this one here which is kind of tough, but he's not playing out of that spawn, so he doesn't really have to worry about that. So we've got some wire here covering his fuel point. Where's his MG set up? Okay, that's in the south. So I could cap that point. It's now rotating to try to cover some territory in the north. Grandy's also moving to the north. That's probably where we're going to see our first engagement. It looks like Hon3ynuts is kind of just waiting for Sage to run into his squads here, playing very defensively. Here comes Sage Rifles, jumping to the garrison first. Garrisons here in the north, and they're going to draw all the fire from these Grenadiers. Looks like Sage is going to be content though, sitting in the garrison, now moving to sit on top of the fuel, try to neutralise that. Re-echelons get caught by the MT42 there in the centre. Oh, re-echelons go down in the north. What was that? Looks like Sage is going to stick around long enough to neutralise that fuel point. He's taking a bit of bleed now. 2 rifles, quite a lot of firepower. So a bad start from Sage. Losing a re-echelon squad already. And this was a largely fruitless effort here. Just neutralizing that, but costing himself a lot of manpower on that rifle squad. Probably needed both of his rifles in that engagement to try and 2v2 those greens. Still, Sage is going for the lieutenant. That should be arriving shortly. I imagine he will be going for a M20 once that completes.
Krauts are taking one of our points.
So Hon3ynuts off to a pretty strong start here. Sage hasn't been very successful in his harassment, losing that re-echelon squad. And Hon3ynuts seems to be taking favourable engagements here. Now Hon3ynuts returning the favour, putting pressure onto Sage's fuel, and somehow he's got... Okay, I was going to say heavy cover, but 2 members are here and 2 members are behind that tank trap. Re-echelons and rifles advancing. Grenadiers will have to retreat there. Re-echelons retreating from the north. Lieutenant advancing in the north though. Interesting choice that he decided to retreat there. He's got another squad advancing. Does have quite a bit of munitions in the bank. May consider upgrading one of these Grenadier squads with the LMG now. Lieutenant making a play for Hon3ynuts fuel. There's not much in the area to stop him either. Here comes the M20. Looks like he's going to bust straight through this wire to allow easy access to harass that fuel. In fact, may put a bit of damage onto this retreating Grenadier squad. Rifles and Reasons engaging against this Grenadier at long range. Now Rifles evacuating the cover, closing in. Grenadier's focusing on the wrong squad here, allowing these Rifles to get up close and personal without taking almost any damage at all. And nicely executed there by Sage. So M20 is buying Sage quite a lot of map control right now. And that's probably needs to consider getting R2-2, and that's exactly what he's doing. About to pop.
We are losing a sector.
Now he's trying to make a play for his fuel. Doesn't have a flamethrower. He's actually gone for a hazard removal package, so he's more worried about the M20 mines than flushing his opponent's squads out of garrisons. M20 takes a Panzerfaust, setting the scene for the 222 to come and clean up. None of these rifle squads have veterancy either, so they can't snare this. M20's in a lot of trouble. Pops out the squad. Luke's shot goes in. 222's just going to try to finish the job on the M20. Bazooka squad's going to try to finish the job on the 222. Wow. Hon3ynuts tried to steal it. It goes down, and mutually assured destruction right there. But Sage did come off better off. He still has that bazooka squad. So a pretty good trade there for Sage, I feel. Pretty good, especially considering that M20 had no support for most of that engagement. Things went pretty damn well there for Sage, I feel.
The bunker has been the territory is out of contact.
Medic bunker tick now for Hon3ynuts. Sage has a commanding map control right now. He's just so far ahead in terms of map control. Also in terms of army size, 38 to Hon3ynuts is 26 now. Oh, grenade! Almost wipes that green squad. But the smoke there ends up working out in his own favour, covering the retreat of that Grenadier squad. Here come the vehicle crew, getting a flank on this MG42. Here come the grease guns. Oh, he's about to run into its arc of fire there. That one lone man just ran around the wrong side of that standard resource point flag. He ends up getting the squad suppressed. What a jerk. I bet the rest of the squad are right annoyed about that. Hon3ynuts now investing in a mortar because he doesn't have that Pioneer flamethrower squad. He needs something to try and clear these garrisons. And of course these rifles sitting behind this heavy cover.
Pioneers reporting objective captured. Capture complete. Upgrade complete.
Looks like mortar is indeed going to start working on that garrison. Oh, that was a wide... That was a whiff, wasn't it? That was a terrible shot. Oh, is that a 50 cal from Sage? Looks like he's going to jump that into the garrison here, try hold on to this territory. Interesting play. I believe DVM's been kind of popularising getting a 50 cal as US forces to try and hold on to the territory. What was that? Okay, there's a grenade and a mortar shell. There's two mortars there somehow. I didn't notice him getting a infantry company mortar half track.
300 points remaining.
Mortar goes to work on the 50 cal in the garrison. Rifles forcing that retreat there. Action in the south. Rear echelons just trying to hold on to territory. But there are quite a few Grenadier squads advancing, so they're not going to have much success. 50 cal now evacuating the garrison, moving to a slightly more defensive position, fearing those mortar shells. Lieutenant trying to hold on to the south, but the squad's quite scary with their LMG and veteran C2. Rough grenade dodged there by the lieutenant, but in that maneuver did end up taking quite a lot of damage, ending up having to retreat. And that is Rifle Company now selected from Sage. He's fielded himself a flamethrower.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
So he didn't start fielding those elite riflemen immediately, but better late than never. And if he does end up losing a rifle squad, having this in the bag in the late game is also very useful.
Enemy has broken our supply lines. Our opponents are seizing
Oh,
the
Mortar
sector.
takes a nasty grenade there. Ends up getting cleared by those rear echelons. Weapon crew putting all sorts of pressure on Hon3ynuts cut off there.
Our lines.
But Hon3ynuts is not too worried. He's trying to cap the south. At the same time, those Sages also sitting on this cutoff. So Hon3ynuts is really hurting for resources. This stage, I'm probably thinking he's going to be going for mechanized assault. His resource income hasn't been good enough for him to try tech up. Probably needs to get that Struggy going if he wants to try to get back into this game.
We have been deemed worthy of a promotion.
So another squad of riflemen coming in from Sage, so he's going pretty heavily into infantry. I know some players do side tech, go for captain and go for the back outer, but it's not what we're seeing from Sage. R2G1 just ripping into that squad in the garrison. Ooh, that was a close one. That was a close one. That could have been a nasty surprise for that rifle squad. They thought they were safe hiding behind that garrison there.
Losing a sector.
They may actually end up losing this here, especially if these grenadiers move more into the retreat path. But they do not. Flamethrower advancing, and those grenadiers don't stand much of a chance sitting in that heavy cover, taking so much bonus damage.
Enemy is taking our territory.
Hon3ynuts did briefly manage to connect these southern sectors, but not for long enough to get any meaningful income really.
Opponents are
He's
seizing the sector.
in a tough spot right now. And he has invested in 2 packs, so he's well prepared for any vehicles from Sage. Sage has managed to field himself a major.
Assault grenadiers can now be summoned. The enemy is
And just as I
attempting to
predicted,
steal
he
our
is
sector.
going to go for mechanized assault, and here comes the Strug-E. Sage does have enough fuel to field himself a tank right now. It's probably going to be his next major manpower investment. He has been bleeding quite a lot from all these squads that he's fielded. Struggy goes to work on this 50 cal in the garrison. It's very, very low on health. Luckily, the first 2 Struggy shots actually connect with the fence there, allowing enough time for that 50 cal to escape. Struggy looks like it's going to try go for the wipe though and retreat. No. Maybe not.
Redouble your efforts. We are down.
Hon3ynuts in a real bad VP situation, down to 200. Sage sitting at 500. Struggy.
Forces are securing
He's-
our
he's-
territory.
These fences and walls, they're his worst nightmare right now. He can't connect to a single shell. There we go, there we go. That's the Struggy we know and love. Wipe, ripping through infantry squads. Oh, almost picks up the lieutenant there on retreat. Sage still hasn't managed to save up for a tank right now. What is he up to? Just had to spend all that reinforcing his 50 cal,
At your command.
I suppose, and rifle squads. That's going to leave a pretty good window for Hon3ynuts Struggy to try and inflict a lot of damage onto all Sage's squads.
Taking our
Oh, and there we go. That rifle squad's in danger of being wiped right now. Actually, he's invested in bazookas. He's put a bazooka onto his major. And a lot of bazookas, in fact, all connecting with the Struggy. That's in a bit of trouble. Bazooka's accuracy at long range, pretty terrible though. Where is the 50 cal? This is quite a scary grenadier formation right here. He's going to need that 50 cal to try and suppress those squads as they advance. Really needs a tank to try and deal with all this stuff. Very curious choice to try and tech the bazookas. And that's the second Struggy for Hon3ynuts. Going heavily into Struggies, trying to just regain control of the game in the mid of the game. That's clumsily worded there. Try and overpower Sage in the middle section. Try to get himself back into this game. 50 cal does go down in the garrison there. Sage just leaving it to die, doesn't want that falling into Axis hands.
The squad of pioneers has arrived.
Oh my. Struggy working its magic on that rifle flamer squad. Oh god. Getting it very, very low.
The enemy is attempting to
Vehicle
steal
crew
our
making a
sector.
play for this. I don't know who wins this engagement. Pioneers to sweepers or vehicle crew. Looks like the vehicle crew. The grease guns. Oh no, maybe. It's a close one. Struggy advancing once again, hitting this wall time and time again. Sage just hasn't managed to save up for a tank right now. This is really curious play from him. He's just getting bled so hard by these Struggies. He hasn't managed to save up enough for a tank. Also, having invested all his munitions into bazookas. Oh, he lost his captain as well. His majors, rather. Did that drop its bazooka? Don't see it. Well, Sage is now investing in Sherman. It looks like a regular Sherman, not the Easy 8. That's all he really needed though against the Struggies. Don't need that. The regular Sherman will be much better in its anti-infantry role against these grenadiers. But yeah, Sage has invested so much into bazookas for little payoff. And that's cost him all his munitions, so he won't be able to bring in those white phosphorus barrages. And Hon3ynuts with this double pack formation, Sage could really do with having those white phosphorus barrages. Oh, did another squad go down? No, the Sage has lost a lot. So we've got one green white and one mortar white. 222. Oh, Struggy! Oh, that shot somehow point blank does not connect with that retreating squad. Still could get wiped though with the follow-up shot. Oh! Close but no cigar. Now Sherman is on the field, moving to the south. So late though, he's got enough fuel to afford another one. Struggy backing towards the pack guns. Sherman's trying to knock it out. Doesn't want to run to the pack, so forced to disengage there. And I feel like Sage just delaying his first vehicle has allowed Hon3ynuts to get back into this game. He seems to be in a very good position. He's inflicted so much bleed, granted him so much map control. I think that teching to bazookas was a bad play. The extra rifle squad was a bad play. and delaying his Sherman. He should have just left a 50 cal on base on low population if that was what was required. Just try and get that Sherman out a lot faster.
The enemy is taking our territory.
How's this mortar been doing? 3 kills. No, not many kills, but Vet 2 must have been inflicting a lot of damage. Sherman now moving to the south. Pax rotating to try and knock it out. Striggy also rotating to the north. Oh, nasty shot there. That rifle squad's probably going to have to retreat. May get wiped. Striggy's on the scene. Oh, that squad's so low. Sage just not paying attention. Luckily that Striggy shot misses. Oh, but that mortar shell does not. Down goes that rifle squad. He's too busy trying to micro up here. He's got all of these packs to deal with. Sherman's still on full health though. This looks like Sage is gonna disengage once again. Still his infantry force is very low. He's about to pop another Sherman. And Hon3ynuts getting pretty close to that Tiger now. He's had good map control, good fuel income. The Sherman on armor piercing rounds. Having a bit of trouble. These Struggies, man, these things are good. Can you imagine that they used to fire like so much quicker than this? They used to fire like 40% faster than this or something. It's just crazy. Struggies making short work of the squad and the garrison. They jump out of the wrong side as well, and they're probably going to get wiped there. Need to get out of that door. Poor play there by Sage. Sherman's making a push in the north. Whoa, picks up their rifle squad. That's exactly what Sage needed. Needs to get those wipes going. It's pretty far behind. Sage also doesn't have any rear echelons at the moment, so he's really going to be worried about running over one of these telemines. Not that I've seen any planted, but they have to be weighing in his mind. There's a prime spot for one, and so is here. Probably even around here. And of course around here. Also very, very juicy telemine spots. Sage still has a lot of fuel in the bank. Maybe he's going to try save up for another Sherman and try and make a push with 3 Shermans. Try to get that critical mass of Shermans before making his big play. Try and make a one fell swoop. Try and knock Hon3ynuts out before he gets to the Tiger. Sherman's come around the long way trying to avoid those pack shots. Do force that Grenadier to retreat. So Hon3ynuts clustered in the centre. He is slightly less mobile than Sage because he's got so many team weapons. Gonna spend time carting those around. Sage is doing a pretty good job poking in the north, poking in the south. Keeping those packs out of the equation. So indeed, Sage has invested into a 3rd Sherman. Hon3ynuts is 20 fuel away from his Tiger. This is the time Sage needs to make a big push now. Try and knock out these packs before that Tiger arrives. Oh! Lieutenant may go down. He's dropped a bazooka. No, manages to get away. Oh, and here's the big play. Sherman going into the base. One's coming in from the north. 2 coming down this angle. NG42 gets cleared. Smoke goes onto that pack. This pack's trying to find a line, unsuccessful though, behind this garrison. Sherman's going deep. One Faust goes off, unsuccessful, and causing energy damage. This pack, in fact, he's got 3 packs. I didn't even know that he had 3 packs. I just thought he had the 2. 1 pack cleared. 2 packs down still. This one right in the back here. And all these Shermans in a lot of trouble. Struggy's connecting. So he's trying to back to safety, trying to get this final pack. No, he's trying to abort mission. One Sherman left. Struggy's on the hunt. Struggy trying to find it. I think he's probably in the fog of war though. He thinks that Sage has gone up here, but Sage has actually backed off to base. Sage coming in, trying to steal some of these team weapons that he managed to clear. If he can do that before the Tiger arrives, maybe he can hold off if he manages to steal 2 of these packs. Oh, nicely done there. Grenade ends up wiping that rifleman squad. Oh, did they have... No, they had bazooka and a MG42. Oh, and Sage picks up the bazooka. Interesting choice. I suppose bazooka does go alright with a flamethrower, whereas the MG42 doesn't really synergize with that too well. So Sage probably gonna try save up for another Sherman. He has so much fuel in the bank, he's going to be able to get another one out. Hon3ynuts, on the other hand, has reached Tiger territory. Just got to save up manpower, which he's kind of hurt for at the moment. He's trying to recrew and repopulate all of his team weapons. Sage going around to the north, trying to shut down this plate. 1 pack dispatched. Struggy's also dispatched. No, Sage is instead investing in a Jackson this time, perhaps sensing that a Tiger may be on the horizon. Going for a Jackson. Try and make use of its long-range capabilities. Struggies continue to bleed Sage's rifles. This one 17, this one 11 kills. They've done their job. Hon3ynuts trying to bank up. He's so close to that Tiger. Just another minute or so worth of manpower. Now imagine once that Tiger rolls onto the field, it'll probably be GG. Sage will know that he's outgunned. Looks like Sage is trying to decrew his Jackson and base. Trying to decrease his population size. Try and maximize his manpower income. Use any mechanic he can to try crawl his way back into this game. He had such a promising start, but then delaying his tanks, he lost control and ended up costing him the match, I think. Telemine going down there. I don't know if Sage knows that, maybe, but not much he can do about it. He doesn't have any minesweepers. Probably needs to use attack ground with his Sherman. Sage continuing to spam grenades. Hasn't really got a chance to use this white phosphorus. I think investing in his bazookas was also a mistake. Whoa! Thanks for the donation, Gus. Or Stretchy Neck. That's really cool. Hopefully I will get enough to host another Tightrope Pacific Invitational. Thank you very much. So Tiger is on the field. Sage is still a wee ways away from another tank in terms of fuel, and his map control is pretty poor, so his fuel income is also pretty poor.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Yeah, how do you like that? How do you like that Twitch alert? It's a pretty good one, I think. Tiger roaring straight down the center, making mincemeat of these riflemen. Got Struggies for support. Sage probably has to consider recrewing his Jackson right now. Sherman on armor-piercing rounds actually managed to get a shot through the Tiger's frontal armor. Oh, but Jackson misses at close range. He was moving though. Jackson's accuracy on the move is pretty terrible. Oh, and that shot fails to penetrate. So Jackson's off to a great start. And, oh, what's this? No. I thought that might have been a wipe there. Rifleman squad does have a bazooka. Sage needs every little last bit of AT that he can muster.
Well done.
A formidable position here for Hon3ynuts, Grenadiers, Pax, locking Sage basically into his base. His only avenue is this passageway through the north. That's where he's sending his Sherman to try to do some counter-harassment, trying to make the most of his mobility here. His Sherman's much quicker and much more maneuverable than both the Tiger and the Striggy.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
He just hasn't managed to save up enough. He's got the fuel, but he just hasn't saved enough manpower to get another vehicle. Another Jackson would be the play. Jackson connects with the Tiger finally. Packs have it into their way forwards though, connecting with the Jackson. So is the Tiger. Jackson's backing away and down it goes to the pack, and that's gonna be GG. Yep, Sage calls it GG. Try and back away from those sounds. So Sage got off to a really strong start, but kind of lost control in the mid game. Delayed his first tank too far, I feel, and then Hon3ynuts managed to claw his way back into the game with the Striggies. GG, well played. We'll go to game 2.